Today on Public Eye News, the Keweenaw Bay Indian community receives a portion of a $21 million renewable energy grant, and later we'll have everything you need to know about the Newsmax settlement over a lawsuit from the 2020 election.
Beck Burley will have your weather forecast for the next couple of days and later today's sports breakdown. I'm Bianca Kroll.
And I'm Bradley Seaborg, and this is Public Eye News. The Michigan Public Service Commission has approved settlements to reduce the rate hikes requested by the Michigan Gas Utilities Corporation and the Upper Peninsula Power Company. MGUC had filed for a $17.5 million increase that would have seen customers pay 12% more for natural gas. UPCO filed a similar request for a $16.9 million increase that would raise rates by 13.6%. Attorney General Dana Nessel worked to reduce the $17.5 million fee from MGUC down to just $7 million, dropping the rate hike for customers to just 0.7%. For UPCO customers, the $16.9 million increase was reduced to $9 million and a 5.7% increase in residential electric rates. MCGC has roughly 185,000 customers in southwestern Lower Michigan, and UPCO has approximately 53,000 customers in the Upper Peninsula. And in more news out of the Michigan Public Service Commission, $21 million in grants will be distributed across the state to help fund renewable energy projects. The grants will be awarded to businesses, nonprofit organizations, local units of government, and tribal governments, including the Keweenaw Bay Indian community in Baraga, that will receive over $700,000. The program will fund planning projects that met one or more of the Michigan Healthy Climate Plan to reduce greenhouse gas emissions and help transition to a carbon-neutral economy. The Commission received 52 applicants in December 2023, with 19 of the projects being selected.
A federal judge has acted upon keeping roads open for the Northern Wisconsin Reservation. U.S. District Judge William Conley had taken action in this dispute between the Lac du Flambeau and the non-tribal property owners. The tribe was guaranteed easement in the 1960s and gave access to non-tribal members. The easement has expired with the tribe and town unable to negotiate on a new easement. This is following the tribal council blocking the roads and making the homeowners pay for monthly access. The U.S. Department of Justice has sued on the tribe's behalf, seeking damages from town for trespassing on the land. Conley has ordered the U.S. government to do nothing at this time as the lawsuit is pending, and he ordered the Department of Justice to tell the tribal leaders to leave the roads open. The Michigan Department of Education has praised the legislation that will help children with reading and writing in schools. The legislation is to help improve teaching and learning for students through K through 12 and to help those students who need more in the classroom. The legislation is also helping educators to get pre-service and in-service training to help identify students who are showing the characteristics of dyslexia. In the 27-28 school year, the schools would have screening tools, use a multi-tiered system of supports, or MTSS, and an instructional staff. Dr. Kimson Martin said this was an important step for children in achieving their literacy skills. Martin also said that she hopes this encourages children to love reading. MDE would provide guidance and support for the public schools.
Road construction is notorious for plaguing the state all summer long, and often even longer. Gabby Luma of WSBT spoke with the Michigan Department of Transportation. Take a look.
A projected year-long project transforming the former interchange into an intersection, aiming to help traffic flow a bit better and improve safety. The intersection has seen lots of changes over the last year, with only one lane open in each direction for multiple weeks, causing massive traffic delays. The original end date of the project was mid-October, but those with MDOT say it will take just a bit longer, as they were able to tack on another project set for 2025 onto this one. Though construction has caused some headaches for drivers, MDOT officials say it's nearly over.
So instead of being done in mid-October, we are looking at a November 13th completion. So still on pace with what we had originally scheduled, and then adding a few weeks in for this other work that we pulled forward by a year.
After talking with local businesses, they're feeling the same frustrations as drivers. One employee says though it's been tough, the construction was needed.
It's not as bad as it once was when we thought, when is this going to end? But I'm glad they're doing something about it. I think the bridge was getting old and needed to come down, and it wasn't going to be easy no matter how they did it.
Those with MDOT understand the frustration with construction and the delays. They say they're looking forward to finishing up the project.
Certainly the folks in the Niles community want us to be done as much, if not more, than we want to be done ourselves. We like delivering projects. That's a positive experience for us, and we hope a positive experience by the end of it for the communities we're in.
A definitive end date for the project in Niles is scheduled to be November 13th. Now don't touch that dial. We'll be right back with your weather and national news after this short break.
Tune in to the heartbeat of the Upper Peninsula. At Public Radio 90, we're more than just a frequency on your dial. We're your trusted home for national public radio. Let our diverse blend of music be the soundtrack to your day. Public Radio 90, where community comes alive. Tune in to Sunday Nights with Dan Truckee, In the Pines from 9 to 9:30, followed by Just Folks from 9:30 to 11.
Hello and welcome back. My name is Beck Burley, and today I'll be giving you your weather report for the UP. Jumping in to the Academic Mall, it's looking like a lovely day. And moving ahead to our current temperatures across the UP. Starting off in Houghton, and it looks like all around the UP we're looking at sunny conditions with a high of 76 in Houghton. Over in Ironwood, it looks like a high of 79. Down in Iron Mountain, a high of 80. And in Menominee, we have a high of 76. Moving across to the eastern side of the UP, over in Escanaba, we have a high of 76. In Manistee, a high of 71. In Sault Ste. Marie, a high of 76. And back in our lovely Marquette, it is a high of 73. Our current conditions, we are looking at winds out of the east-northeast at 4 miles per hour with a barometric pressure of 30 inches and steady. Tonight we can see clear skies with a low of 56, winds out of the southwest at 4 miles per hour with a lunar phase of a waning crescent. And tomorrow we can see sunny conditions with a high of 70 degrees, a low of 56, and winds out of the north at 6 miles per hour. Looking ahead this Sunday, we have a high of 63 in sunny conditions and a low of 54. This Monday, we have mostly sunny skies with a high of 76 and a low of 56. And this Tuesday, we have a high of 59 with mostly sunny skies and a low of 44. Back to the news desk for more stories.
Thanks for that weather update, Beck. It looks like it'll be a nice weekend with some more of these unseasonably warm conditions. Now for our national news. New York Mayor Eric Adams has entered a plea of not guilty on federal bribery charges. Adams is accused of accepting luxury travel, campaign cash, and a number of other perks from foreign interests. Included in the alleged bribes were free flights, hotel stays, and even trips to spas from people connected to Turkey. The mayor of the U.S.'s largest city faces counts of wire fraud, 2 accounts of receiving campaign contributions from a foreign national, and 2 accounts of conspiracy. If convicted, Adams faces up to 20 years in prison. Adams will be back in court Wednesday, where his lawyer says they will file a motion to dismiss. And voting machine manufacturer Smartmatic and conservative news outlet Newsmax have reached a settlement in their defamation case stemming from claims made by Newsmax in the wake of the 2020 election. Smartmatic claimed that Newsmax had made false and defamatory statements that implied Smartmatic participated in rigging the election and using its software to switch votes. Newsmax maintained that they were simply reporting on newsworthy claims made by Trump and his supporters, and claimed the lawsuit threatened free speech and freedom of the press. Terms of the settlement have not been disclosed, but Smartmatic dropped its damage claims to $400 million, a far cry from the previous mark of $1.7 billion. Smartmatic is also currently suing Fox News for a similar defamation claim and recently settled another case in D.C. against the One America News Network. And Tropical Storm Helene made landfall last night in Florida's Big Bend as a Category 4 hurricane. Helene is moving through the southeast and Midwest this afternoon. Flash floods ripple through the southeast and even throughout the Midwest. CBS's Tom Hansen has the latest from Tallahassee.
A giant tree into an apartment building in Tallahassee and boats in the front yards in Treasure Island. Daylight revealed scenes of utter destruction along Florida's Gulf Coast.
The early reports we've received is that the damage in those counties that were really in the eye of the storm has exceeded the damage of Idalia and Debbie combined.
Helene is the 3rd hurricane to hit the Big Bend region in the last 13 months. It came ashore as a Category 4 storm with winds up to 140 miles an hour and storm surge up to 20 feet. Its outer bands nearly swallowed up these cars driving along a bridge in Tampa. Authorities there say a falling highway sign hit a car, killing the driver.
Anybody in your house?
This rescue team in the city of South Pasadena called out for people after several homes caught fire. Florida's governor says emergency crews conducted thousands of rescue missions overnight. Rescues were also underway in rain-soaked Georgia. Crews in Atlanta helped bring a couple, their baby, and 2 dogs to safety.
With this one, the vehicle was traveling in through the water, and the vehicle started to float, and it floated off the roadway. They were able to get out of the vehicle and get on top of the vehicle.
Helene's high winds also knocked out power to an estimated 3 million customers all across the southeast.
Farther north in the Carolinas, Helene is causing life-threatening flooding, especially in mountainous areas. Forecasters expect the large system will continue to weaken through the day.
And we'll be right back after this short break. Stay tuned.
No world is truly unchanging.
This is nature at its absolute finest.
Our daughter, she's gone missing. I should leave this alone.
But you won't.
He's doing things no one had ever done before, and that is astounding.
It's absolutely mind-boggling.
And welcome back. I'm Beck Burley, and this is your Public Eye Sports Report. It's a matchup between hot and cold as the Tigers host the White Sox for the final series of the regular season. With the Tigers on a 5-game winning streak and winning 9 of their last 10, they have the opportunity to clinch the playoffs, while if the White Sox lose just one more game, they would hold the record for the worst team in modern MLB history. The magic number for the Tigers is now 1. If the Twins drop the first of their series with the Orioles tonight, one more W in the win column for the Tigers means the team would make the playoffs for the first time since 2014. Still, the White Sox will try to add a 4th consecutive win, which would be the tie for the longest winning streak of the season. First pitch is scheduled for 6:40 in Detroit. And in the NCAA, it's been a bit of a false start for moving forward with a $2.7 billion NIL settlement. U.S. District Judge Claudia Wilkin has asked attorneys to adjust the language of the filing before signing off. Notably, booster is redefined as associated entity or individual, as a way of better regulating the sources of money going towards college athletes. Small money donors that fall outside of the new definition for booster will be subject to evaluation by a neutral arbitrator rather than the NCAA. The changes seek to provide clarity to unregulated third-party NIL deals rather than change any existing plans in place. The preliminary approval of this unprecedented settlement is still pending. And Northern Michigan University's volleyball team is set for another weekend of conference play, coming off of a weekend sweep in its opening GLIAC matches this past weekend. The Wildcats will continue forward with matches against Davenport on Friday at 6:30 p.m. and Ferris State on Saturday at 3:30 p.m. This will be the second weekend of play at home in the new Vandeman Arena. The Cats currently hold a 6-3 overall record, winners of its last 3, and a 2-0 conference record. That's all I have for sports. Back to the news desk.
Thank you, Beck, for that sports update. How about the NMU volleyball team?
Yeah, they're pretty great, and that new stadium of theirs looks fantastic. But I hear you have one more story for us.
I do. It's very interesting. So downtown Negaunee is holding a Fall Fest event. Nate Hoffman, the city manager, said this idea came about from several business owners that held events previously. Hoffman wanted to bring individual events together for one day. This event will run from noon to 5 p.m. And this Sunday, join the Superior Swing Dance Club in learning swing dance. Here you can build up your skills, make new friends, and even try something new. This is a beginner lesson and all are welcome to join and learn. The event goes from 3 to 4 p.m.
Wow, it seems like a great event and a great way to get involved in the community. Do you have any interest in a swing dance?
You know, I've wanted to try it for a while, so I think I might do it.
Unfortunately, that's all the time we have for you today on Public Eye News. I'm Bradley Seaborg.
And I'm Bianca Kroll.
And we will see you tomorrow.
The preceding program was produced by WNMU-TV, Northern Michigan University Public Television, in studios located in Elizabeth and Edgar Hardin Hall.